Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Deepshikha Bhomik and I am an HR professional with a half of a decade of experience of dealing with the Balance Scorecard. So in this series of videos that I am making about the Balance Scorecard, which is a strategic management tool, in the last two videos I had shared with you the concept of Balance Scorecard. And
so what is the Balance Scorecard? The Balance Scorecard is basically a strategic planning and management system used to align business activities to the vision and strategy of the organization by monitoring performance against the strategic goals. So because it provides a more balanced view whereupon not only the financial targets are the ones that the organization is bothered about, but there are also the customers, their perspective, which is important to the organization, and how the processes are changing in the organization, that is important, and the growth of the organization depending on the learning of the employees, which is also given focus. So we call it balanced because we are taking care of all the facets, all the aspects that an organization could address when you are talking about overall performance appraisal of the organization. So BSC is the sixth most widely used management tool across the globe, and more than half of major companies in US, Europe, and Asia are using the Balance Scorecard approach.
And in the last video, I have shared with you one of the four perspectives, the learning and growth perspective, the first perspective of the Balance Scorecard.
So what does the BSC do? Basically, what it does is it takes the vision of the organization, breaks it down to objectives, and then takes it to the strategy, whereupon you find out that in the financial perspective, if we succeed, how do we look towards our shareholders? In the customer perspective, it says that in order to achieve our vision, how should we appear to our customers? What are the things that they should focus on for us? And then in order to impress the customers, what are the processes that we must internally excel at within the organization? And in order to excel at the processes, we have to know the processes, learn the processes, and hence have a focus on the learning and growth perspective. So how must the organization learn? So these are some of the examples that I have put in while I talk about the balance perspectives.
In this video, we are going to discuss the third perspective of Balance Scorecard, or the internal process perspective of the Balance Scorecard. So let's deep dive into it. What is internal process? So anything that we want to excel at is internal process perspective. So when we talk about internal process perspective, we talk about the cycle time, lead time of generating things, the cycle time of payment cycles, collection cycles, deviation of the process timelines, and many such things, which essentially has to do with improvements made in the process of producing something or rendering some services. And while doing so, what are the processes that we should excel at in order to get our customers to value our products or the services that we are rendering. So when we talk about internal process perspective, the things that we need to remember are these.
I'll just give you some examples where regulatory processes, social processes, let's say ISO certification, or the site safety incidents, or implementation of 5S in the organization, or some kind of operational management ERP tool like SAP or SuccessFactors and stuff like that you have implemented, comes under the process perspective. So any kind of let's say SOP that you develop comes under the internal process perspective.
So firstly, whether there is an SOP in your department, whether the workflow is laid down in a way or not, whether there is ISO certification, whether the processes laid down in the SOP are being maintained or not, whether there is a change in the process, whether there is an upgradation of the process, and whether that is written in the SOP or not, and whether it is being followed as per the SOP or not, whether any work, any project that you take in hand, or any continuous process that is there, whether there are dedicated timelines from day one to the end day of it, and whether that is being maintained and what is the frequency of doing every task, that what is the deviation percentage from that process adherence, whether the milestones are being managed, whether there is the number of days taken. For example, if you say that the process of cycle time, reduction of cycle time, so the first thing that you have to measure is what is the current cycle time and what is the desired cycle time that you want to go at, and then you have to map the current cycle time to the increment that you want in the cycle time, and what is the duration of timelines that you want to do it within. So that is what the process timeline is. Also, whether there is any innovation in the process, whether you can make some changes in the process, like for example the cost of quality, measuring the cost of quality, or maybe value engineering, whereupon you enhance the value which the customer gets out of the same product at the same cost, or a little bit of higher cost, but the value increases exponentially. So such examples are the examples of internal process perspective. In the next video, we are going to talk about the customer perspective, and we are going to tell you what are the things that we should take in the measures that tells that how should we look to our customers. Please let me know if you like this video, and if you want to attend a webinar that we are planning on the balance scorecard, please write to me at dwpshii@gmail.com, or you can visit my LinkedIn profile and get in touch with me. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and subscribe to the channel for more such updates from me. Take care. Bye.